Hi guys. Welcome back to my channel. And this meeting me for the first time. My name is Sarah Aching Odhiambo. And yeah, this channel is more or less about my spiritual awakening journey. My story with how I survived, or rather how I overcame anxiety and depression. Um, and just as a disclaimer out there, I was I didn't have anyone to talk to at that time, so I didn't get professional help. And I think I had like 2 episodes of anxiety, of which I was rushed to get medication at that point. It wasn't hospital, but yeah, I went to see a psychiatrist, I guess. And yeah, not much counseling was done at that time, but yeah. So for the first episode, before I knew what was happening, or rather, yeah, before, yeah, my family and also myself, we really didn't know what was going on. But what was picked on fast, even by close families, was I was um, I was using weed at the time. I was yeah, really doing weed at that time. And yeah, so everyone was like, this is what is messing you up. But I went clean, and then I had the second episode. And during the second episode, I was given meds and I knew what was going on. And at that point, I was like, you know what, God, what these people think is bothering me is not what is bothering me. I had deeper underlying issues. And I told myself I'm the one who has to stand up for myself and prove to myself that, and also to these people, that I'm not really what people think I'm addicted as such. I have issues, underlying issues. And I figured out at the end of the day, I had to deal with it on a personal level. So I remember at one point, during the second anxiety attack, I never took my meds. I used to put them in some plastic cup in the room. And one time, when it was like months later, even I think an year later, I remember taking them and showing my mom. Like, you remember, I was telling you, I was not sick. I was not sick. You get, like, I'm not addicted. I'm not not able to control myself. I had a problem. I had an issue. I had depression, you know, and part of the depression many people go through. Very sad and unfortunate. People around you can even be the reason it gets worse. People around you can be the ones who make it hard for someone to get better, and yeah. So I remember I took them, and then I showed her, and then I threw them in the sewer outside, the drain outside. So yeah, this channel is more or less about that and what I learned. And I was like, God took me out of it, and I was like, I'm going to share with the world, because my journey was more or less self-healing. Okay, it was self-healing, and at that point God showed me, like, when I'm with you, no man can be against you. Okay, just give me a second, like that. Okay, sorry. My daughter was going to the bathroom, and mtoto si ametumia Dettol huko mpaka inaingia kwa nostrils na kwa masikio. It's affecting my sinus. So anyway, now yeah, so today I really felt I didn't want to talk about what I want to talk about now, but Spirit was like, you have to talk about it. So yeah, most of the time, a lot of friends I have, I've had, or rather I've interacted with, not only close friends, strangers who you just meet up and someone just starts talking to you and opening up, when you find yourselves in like a maybe situation where something is happening, and you just open conversation with someone next to you, and most of the time many people are going through something at this point. And I remember way back when I was young, and this is way back, I remember coming across the verse that said, for every family that stands together in love, who love one another, there's a commanded blessing. Okay, so that really drove me a lot when I was young. I always wanted to be that sibling who who shows pure unconditional love, and like I wanted us to all be the same, and I used to have this thing in my mind, we're all this one loving, strong, as in us, no one would break us, nothing would break us, us wouldn't be, but later on, growing up, I started seeing things, and a lot started happening. We are growing up, and people are taking their different routes. You get? So, I remember a friend of mine mentioned to me like a few weeks ago, something happened. Happened to our friend, and then she was like, "Wow, Sarah, most people can't really talk about the kind of stress, depression, anxiety they get from close family members." And I remember one time in my awakening, I came to understand that, this saying that says in Swahili, akujuai mogope. Akujuai mogope. And it really trickles down a lot to families out there. The person who knows you, the person who knows your potential, the person who knows your weakness, the person who knows your failures, the person who knows the successful things you've done, your wins, the person who knows you a lot about you most of the time is family. You get? And what makes family get toxic at some point is because of the knowing you part. And it's not actually knowing you. You get? It's not actually knowing you. Everyone has a past. Everyone has a present. And God knows about the future, of which we all have a future. Whether you'll see it or not, you have a future. For one day, you where you died was once upon a time your future. Okay? So, family will come. Be it aunties, cousins, whatever, siblings, you name it. They've seen you they've seen you fail in the past. They've seen you fail. They've seen your failures. Okay? And remember, I mentioned in a previous video, there is nothing wrong. There's my alarm. There's nothing wrong with failing. Absolutely nothing wrong about it. Kabisa. And most people, sorry about that. So, there's nothing wrong with failure. And most people take this opportunity of your failure and associate it with you every other time, which is very wrong. It's very wrong. You are part of the problem of someone failing in life, someone getting setbacks in life because of your constant hanging on to a past they did. Okay? A past they did, whether it is them in the past, whether it was a mistake, whether it was whatever it was, everyone is learning. Okay? So they'll someone will come, you did something when you were young, and they hold that thing in their head. And that is why it's very important when the Bible says, don't remove the speck in your brother's eyes before you remove the log in your eyes. Okay? You busy there judging, yet I mentioned earlier, what you judge, you become. And there's always a reason why someone's scenario or someone's story will stick in your mind, because either umemshikia about it, of which we talked about again, kushikia as in holding on a grudge towards someone, and not knowing this leads to resentment, and again it will come back to bite you in the ass, because now you're having this stored negative energy hanging on to your heart and your mind, and whatever you're hanging on to, especially if it's something negative, especially if it's something about someone else. That's why when you're praying, it's normally very important to pray the prayer of, free me from the stronghold of offense, the heart. Okay, mtu amekushikia, someone is just hanging on to a grudge, and anything you do, nothing you say can get their minds off that. Okay? And yet, it was something you did, not even conscious, you get, or nothing intentional, but they took it personal. And the reason these people took it personal, get this, it's because you have a trauma experience, and that's why something is affecting you. You get, things just don't happen in vain. Okay? Things just don't happen in vain. There'll always be a reason. Let me tell you something. As sad and as true as this may sound, okay? Someone might experience maybe abuse, okay? Childhood abuse. When you grow up, maybe you won't remember the abuse you went through, be it verbal, physical, sexual. Maybe you won't remember it properly. But how you can know this thing is affecting you on a deeper level, there's something wrong, is when someone goes through the same, you come across a story, or you hear from someone, or something happens, and for you it affects, you feel it, and you feel it deep. Okay? Other people will feel it, they'll be like, no, it's not right. Outright, no. They're angry, it is wrong. Sexual abuse is bad, and it's wrong, But you're feeling some deeper kind of pain. It's like you know what it feels like. And you've gone all the way to imagining even how that person is even penetrating this child. Something happened. Okay? Something happened. Or you see this child being constantly shouted at, or you simply just don't appreciate people shouting at kids. You get? And of course, it's not right to shout at children. Okay? It's not proper. You're creating trauma to this child's mind when you shout. Okay? When you shout, it's really bad. One time I'll talk about that one. But shouting at a child is not a proper way to communicate or even teach a child something you want to instill in them. Okay? So you'll find that there are people who look at or can come across a child being shouted at and you feel angry. Okay? You feel angry. You're not like, no. There's someone who'll be like, no, you don't communicate with kids like that. And then there's this one who is like feeling disgusted, feeling angry. Why are you shooting at a child like that? It's your trauma. Okay? It's your trauma. You went through it. And yeah, you need healing from that. So, these people, where was I? Yeah. So these people who go through these things, family plays a big role. Okay? Family plays a big role. And the kind of unconditional love the Bible talks about is when you have siblings, if you have parents who love their children unconditionally. This is what it means, unconditionally. This one has wronged. We love her. We love him. He's ours. Now, this one mostly comes down to parents. Okay? It comes down to parents. Because you're the one who's responsible of teaching your children how to stand in unity as a family. Okay? If you're the parent who was favoring one, looking down upon the other, it'll be hard. Because no matter how hard these children try, they'll never attain that. Because it's deep and it's rooted. One is feeling some type of way. The other, as much as they try, they constantly have in their mind no respect for this other one. So you may try. I feel like this light is getting dimmer. Just give me a few seconds. Yeah, sorry. I just think I'll change the battery later. Because if I stop here, it'll later complications mob. Excuse me. Yeah, so you find that these children, as much as they'll try, there's always that cloud or that part in their mind. They'll never really come together as such. Okay? Because of a strong belief system, a strong programming, a strong background of this one is normally like this. And you're like that. So as much as they try so hard, whatever the dad saw in that child, whatever mom saw in that child, that feeling part, and they constantly rubbed it in, that is what you'll always see. Okay? And these are the situations you come across a family member who leaves a household and never comes back. By the way, some go. I don't know if you guys had such aunties. You have this auntie unasikianga tu alienda. They just went. They made it one day and they went and never came back. In such situations, you get that already. Like Abraham, he's told you have to go. You have to leave your father's house, leave everything behind. Carry webena. And there are situations that is the only solution, by the way, because it's like the people you're leaving behind will never change, not in this lifetime. God will give them their chance another time, but for you, go. Because the same cycle will repeat and repeat. What you were fighting from with these siblings from whatever age will repeat and repeat, and clearly it will be a setback to you. And these things can be obstacles, by the way, for blessings because of the resentment inside. Some family members, I'm telling you, I've had stories, and I've also seen and experienced whatever I've experienced. You get? it can be toxic. And let me tell you something, a good number of people out there in the world right now. I remember when this time I was telling you guys I had this anger issues, feeling understood, not being understood, feeling like I'm not being understood, feeling like I'm not being appreciated, feeling, I was feeling everything, feeling neglected at that point. I used to feel so angry, and yet I'm the type. Okay, I really have to adjust this light. Let me just change the bulb. It's getting a bit dark. Yeah, sorry. Had to change the lighting. Yeah, so I'm really that type of person. Whenever someone got me angry out there, I'd fight. Okay, I'd fight that person. But when it came to family, you're thinking you can't whoop these people's ass. You can't chapa this person, and it's not because you're weak, but this is this person. This is a close family member. So you can't really fight. So I'd end up crying, end up feeling resentful towards this person or towards people, and it really, and those were some of the things I really had to learn to let go of, okay, because it was really an obstacle. Kabisa. Yeah, it was an obstacle coming to realize, and that is what really ties families down, is because there's always unresolved issues, things people don't want to talk about. Something was said, something was probably done years ago, something was, probably unintentional, some intentional, whatever, but it was done, it was said, someone felt some type of way, it was wrong, and someone woke up like nothing happened, very unapologetic. And there's this other person who will now be there seeing this other person as an enemy. Constant, any day you wake up, they're disgusted to see you. Mtutu, unapita hivi, someone is frowning. It's just that they can't just lift up that sufuria and hit your head. But if it was a wish, they could easily get away with, they would. Some siblings see others as disgusting. You just piss me off. And this is a sibling. And these are the same people, even not now in this generation of ours, millennials. Now imagine this happened even to our parents. It happens. It happened. It happens. It will continue happening for some. Okay? And now our parents, there's that strict, maybe, discipline of, as much as parents are being biased, as much as parents are being, but mnaoneshwa family is family. And don't talk back to this one. Don't, hiyo ni mambo ya familia, let it die down. Kill that vibe. So some things happen in the family, no one is allowed to talk to. People don't talk about it. Something was said, something was done years ago in that previous generation. And these are the same people now who came, and one person died, and now your child is left in the hands of this one. Mbona wasitese mtoto wako? So those are the things that even led to these aunties and relatives who now mistreated the siblings' children in their hands. Because just not any normal person in your normal mind, okay, would just go and start. You decide you want to live with your sibling's child because your sibling is dead, or you want to take up these children and then you just want to frustrate this child. There's no way. The hidden bitterness you had towards their parent, the unresolved trauma in you, what you went through at some point is what you'll reflect to that child you're going to abuse. Okay, so those are the reasons. These were once our parents' siblings, they were whatever's. So whatever they did to this person's child when this person died, it didn't come from far. It didn't come from far. Okay? They were either jealous, angry, bitter, because these are the three spirits that really hover around family. There'll always be bitterness, there'll always be anger, and there's always be some form of jealousy. Okay? Someone is jealous somewhere, someone is angry somewhere, someone is bitter somewhere. Okay? So, you there, I'm at, the second video, 5 minutes. I don't want to do something long again because of my phone storage and the editing. But out there, there's this child, there's this sibling. So there's this child, there's this one who wants to change the cycle in the family. Or rather, for you, you've seen what has happened in your household and you feel like in your generation and you feel like this cycle, you want to cut it. Okay, there's a way, if you closely observe it, you'll see it in your older generation. Okay, so this is my advice for you. Number one, you need to dive into this cycle of forgiveness, and it is deep cycle of forgiveness. Forgiveness is key for a lot of things, and one of the ways you'll have to embark on this journey of starting a new cycle in your family, or some mention it spiritually, like changing the DNA. Some people, in spirituality, there's something people say as, I changed my DNA, or someone disconnected their birth codes, the umbilical codes from their family, is more or less the same thing. You're disconnecting yourself. And part of this cycle begins with deep forgiveness. And like I said, forgiveness starts with yourself. Forgiving yourself for even allowing other people to make you feel the way you felt. And most of the time, what hurts with all this, there was a form of expectation. You had an expectation that Nani can't do such a thing. So when they do such a thing, it really bothers you. Because you're like, I wouldn't do that to you. Not like that I'm not mean. I can be very mean. I can be like this biggest bitch or this biggest, beast. But I cannot do it to certain family members. But they will not hesitate to do it once they have the opportunity to do it. Yes, they're those siblings. They will not hesitate to show you how trashy you are. How, it comes from, and family is the one that can really hurt. A stranger, you won't even care. Kwani how many people have been showed madharau hapa kwa matatu natukana na mtu, and you go about your day. You get? But the ones that stick and go deep are from family members. So in this, you have to practice forgiveness for yourself and also towards them. Because always remember, as I said on a previous video, hurt people hurt other people. Okay, so you'll get to one point where you'll now understand, okay, it's this changing the problem starts with you, changing yourself, changing how you see this person. Put this person like in like a box in your mind, like this person is just bitter. Okay, it's not about me. That's their type of own problem situation. This seems like a you problem. It's not me. I can't be the reason you just see me and you feel disgusted. I can't be the reason you just feel me and you feel like you constantly want to object everything I say. It's like you're just waiting for, a sibling is waiting for you to make a comment so that they can attack you. Whatever you're saying, they don't care. Them, they just want to always prove you wrong because you're just this dumb person in their mind. And they will always argue with you, by the way. You get? them, it's like they've dedicated their life. And let me tell you something, these things are real and they really happen. And if most parents don't change them when people are young, when everyone is independent and old and everyone goes their way, people go their way and go and never come back. You get? Because you know how Nani did you wrong. You get? Now there's also another problem when it comes to whatever cycle you'll choose to go with. You can choose to walk away, go completely, never come back to this family, never, you cut off ties completely. But on your way there, you're running, you went with this hidden resentment. There's a problem, it will catch up. And you'll see this manifesting either in your children, it will catch up. Okay? I mentioned earlier, what you don't change, what you don't deal with, will deal with your children. So, the second thing is you can choose to go. And as you go, you've gone with the mindset of, I'm not angry at anyone. In fact, if anything, I'm leaving these people with so much love. I wish you all the best. But you know how Christ did? Like, the only family I have is out there. My true brothers and sisters are not here. He didn't have anything against them. God knows why he chose to, you know. So you can only imagine why. So that's why there are these memes that walk around that have been there are these memes that have been posted around. Thanks, ma. Posted around, like, some people find there's normally people who are these people who are closer than not every I can't remember, but what they mean is not every close person to you is family. And they also found closer people, more people who are more caring to them, who are not really blood, you get? And they're blood people who are really not true to them. So it happens, okay? And my encouragement to you out there is, there's only one key to this: forgiveness. If it's bothering you, forgiveness. You have to learn to forgive, okay? And understand that these people are not just like that. There are many reasons someone will just wake up and is bitter and angry, seeing you happy, seeing you, having the thought in their mind of you enjoying life makes them sick, because they have a mindset that was programmed at one point when they were younger from whatever source, but it happened. So they have to get rid of this. And yeah, I think someone is calling me. My neighbor left the key. Sorry guys. My neighbor had come to pick up the key. Yeah. So these things happen, and I think one of the most saddest things about these situations is that it really affects families. And when some family members get to understand the impact of what the other person is doing, they choose to cut off. And what this person is doing is not really like, they're conscious about it. You get them, they just bitter at you. And it's not normal. It's not okay to have a grudge towards your sibling. It's not something that should be there. And it's okay. Why? And most of the time, some people, you get that what really happens in the let me talk about the energetic field, or rather energetically, when 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 you're angry at someone and this person reacts, okay, when you're angry at someone and this person constantly keeps annoying you, it means it's like, let's take it as code. Okay, it's like a code being fixed inside you. Okay, so every time I do something that makes you angry, this code gets tighter and tighter, and it like blocks more energy, holds more energy, every other time. So when I don't let go of this energy source of you constantly feeding me and getting me angry, it will pile up. You understand? It will pile up. So that's why it's very important to protect your energy. Okay? What are you taking in from another person? What are you taking out to other people? Okay? It's very important, because all these things get stored up in your body. Okay? Get stored up in your energy centers. They do get stored up. And at some point, they get clogged and blocked. And these things can block your blessings. Okay? And this cycles, or rather these people, this stored anger or resentment or unresolved trauma, there's always a season for it. And when now the universe is testing you, when God is now testing you for, have you really forgiven? Or you thought you had forgiven someone, and then you're ready for manifesting whatever blessing you want to manifest, or rather trusting God to for a certain breakthrough, this person comes up and immediately they show you this thing they do to trigger you, to get you to get into a fight or an argument with them. The moment this blessing is just around the corner, these people trigger you. So if you're woke enough, now if you're conscious enough, you'll understand that you're not yet fully healed. Okay? You've not fully forgiven this person. Until the day this person will open an argument and you will look at them, they will say something disgusting to you, something degrading you. And let me tell you something very, very powerful about these people who are normally looked down upon or degraded, or these people just, let me tell you something, you people. The moment you come to know that anything that triggers you, you have a choice. Imagine you have a choice, and not responding doesn't mean you're weak. And your silence can be a very big weapon. Just look at someone, be like the observer. This person corrects you like you're disgusting, and you're just watching. You know the saying that says beat them with kindness? Try and pull that card during this season of festive. Just be kind. And remember, there's this one very important quote I constantly used to get in my spiritual journey every other time. At times it's okay to be kind than to be right. If you ever have a choice to choose between being right and being kind, choose kindness. Choose kindness. It's not easy. I battle this thing every other day, But now I feel like I'm ready to fully master it, and I'd like you to try the same. Don't miss out on a blessing this festive because of constantly arguing with close family people who you feel like are constantly just disgusted with your presence. Anything you do, just them, you're just full of shit. Be happy. Be happy. Choose your happiness over everything. And you know what? Don't pick arguments this season, because there are many, 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 many blessings out there this season. And yeah, those fights are an obstacle. Don't tap into that energy. This festive, you don't have to respond to nothing. Be happy. Laugh about it. Someone trashes you, go smiling. Dance. Figure woo-hoo-hoo, and then you dance, pop your booty as you go. Just look stupid. Just look like an innocent child. And it's not sarcasm. No. Being sarcastic, Penny, but just tell yourself no one is stealing our joy. Not today. Because I passed and you sneered. Because I did this and you did this. Don't give out that energy. Don't give out that power this season. This is a beautiful, 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 beautiful new beginning season. Okay? In fact, I think like early November, was it? No, around mid-November was more or less like a happy new year. Okay? So change your vibration, change your mindset. Don't give anyone the power to make you angry or start resenting or wallowing in past how this person is constantly, doing this to you, mistreating you, disgusted by you, gossiping you, whatever they're doing. Honey, if you die, they'll talk. If you're still alive, they'll still talk. Live your life. Okay? Live your life. Always remember, forgiveness is key. And you forgive and leave the rest to the Lord. Okay? Forgive, leave the rest. Forgive, leave the rest for the God of abundance, prosperity, karma to deal with it. Okay? That's it for today. I don't know what minutes I've been cutting these videos, but I love you all. See you on my next video. Yeah, please feel free to like, share, especially share to people who you know are going through this family dramas out there. I think we'll also be talking a lot about family later on yeah, my journey, and of course my friends, what I've seen, and what spirit is guiding me on that. Otherwise, for now, please comment down below. Tell me about your experience. Make sure you share this video for it to reach more people. Tell a friend to tell a friend who's going through something. That there's always hope, and the reason why most of the blessings are not manifesting is because of the energy around you. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe again. Love you guys. Good night. Mwah.